going to learn another rhetorical device. We are doing, everybody read, epistrophe. Epistrophe. Let's read. We started. I can't hear you. We started this club for you. Because we see a light in you. We see power in you. God's grace in you. Love in you. And we are better. Because of you. Exactly. This is epistrophe, where we repeat the last word or phrase in the sentence over and over and over again. One of the most famous uses of epistrophe was by Lincoln, where he says, government by the people, for the people, of the people. Obama's most famous speech in 2008, he said, yes, we can. He gave the whole history of America, and at the end of each paragraph, he says, yes, we can. Then he goes on, yes, we can. Then he goes on, yes, we can. These are all examples of epistrophe. One of my favorite movies is Lord of the Rings. How many of you love Lord of the Rings? Well, you know the end scene when they're about to attack Mordor because they're trying to buy the hobbits time on the mountain. And there's Aragorn and the dwarves and everybody standing there, and they are surrounded by the enemy. And Aragorn stands up and he says, a day may come when our courage fails, when we forsake our friendships and our bonds will break. But not this day. An hour of war and shattered shields, when the age of men comes shattering down. But not this day. This day we fight. That is epistrophe, but not this day. But finally, before I end tonight, I want to end on a positive note. I would like you all to pick up your agendas and look at the top of your agenda, and you will see there, and you can read with me. We come together, we grow together, and we shine together. A perfect example of epistrophe. That's how you use it. Thank you very much. Toastmaster of the day. Today's word of the day was very difficult. It was to use epistrophe. And 3 people actually used it. I was quite surprised. So I want to give a round of applause to Jerry, Lester, and Ben. Jerry was talking about the milkmaid, and then she kind of tripped over and dropped the milk. And he said that the mother said, must be in the moment. Seize the moment. The moment. Epistrophe. Lester spoke about, because I'm born to shine. The moon is made to shine. And then I couldn't hear, but he said something else with shine 3 times. And Ben spoke about his favorite festival, which was the, do you remember?
New Year.
Chinese New Year. And he said it's a time that we can get together, we come together, and we spend a lot of time together. Together. Epistrophe. It really adds structure to your speech. Now, I'm going to give a few more suggestions on how you can actually build on what we've learned tonight. And the first one I want to start with is because you can also use epistrophe in Zhongwen. Sorry, John, I had no idea what you spoke about. For maths last period, too difficult for me to follow the Chinese. But I will say, Sonia, I'll give you an example of how you can build on with epistrophe in Chinese. Because there was a thing you said, 我喜欢大东西. But you could have said, 我真不喜欢小东西. 我真的不喜欢重东西，我喜欢大东西，东西，epistrophe. All right, Jerry, I'm going to show you how to do it, right? You were talking about how you had to get ready. You couldn't think about anything because you had to write all these long essays. But the way you can build on that is you could say, I couldn't go out, spend time with my friends, because for philosophy, I had to write a 1,000-word essay. For history, a 5,000-word essay. And for English, a 10,000-word essay. You just compound, compound, compound. You build it up. There were other places where you could have built on it. You could have, when you're talking about how you were focused, you could have said, I couldn't dream about eating. I was focused. I couldn't think about drinking. I was focused. I couldn't even imagine going to a concert. I was focused. Compound, compound, compound. Kwan, your speech was beautiful. You had a lot of beautiful language. I'm going to put on the video, I'm going to put on YouTube. Please go look at the way he described the university. And he used a key point. He kept on saying, I had forgotten. And I would have liked to have seen you using that in Epistrophe a little bit more. Because you spoke about these incredible people, these most extraordinary people, these most eccentric people. I had forgotten. Now you came back to using I had forgotten many times, but you used it in different ways. You said like I had forgotten, I didn't quite remember. I would have drilled down on that I had forgotten every time you came to a point where you're talking about Taiwan, because said I had forgotten. And if you look at Obama's speech that I mentioned, We Can Change, it would be very similar structure to that kind of rhetorical manipulation.
Yes, we can.
I had forgotten. Yes, we can remember, but I had forgotten. Yes, okay. But your speech was really good. You had a lot of good rhetorical devices in there. But that's the one thing I would suggest you could have used was I had forgotten more. For Walter, he's not here. And Walter had an opportunity to use Epistrophe because he spoke about wallets. He could have spoken, he just said, oh, there are hot wallets and cold wallets. It was very, very cold there. He said, there are hot wallets, there are cold wallets. You can get the Exodus wallet, the Electron wallet, the Mycelium wallet, the Ledger wallet. You can get a wallet. Epistrophe, epistrophe, epistrophe. It's a thing that we use to drill down on language, to help people really get into the rhythm of our speeches. It really emphasizes the points. It takes your listener on an emotional journey. To the three people who used it tonight, Ben, Jerry, and Lester, good job. The rest of you, work on it. General Evaluator.